Come on down.
Not getting it to move. There we go. Well, good evening. I am also here to share a celebration. Lincoln Public Schools has recently been awarded a new Native Youth Demonstration Grant. It's through the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Indian Education, and was really based on the success of our previous demonstration grant and the adjustments that we made during the past 4 years of our previous grant to really support students even through the pandemic. It's a 5-year grant period, so it gives us an extended amount of time, and already started October 1, 2022. We're continuing the focus of our supports in academic areas, mental health, behavioral health, cultural supports, and career and college readiness, with the addition of an emphasis on American Indian students becoming teachers. That was a focus of this grant nationwide. There are only a couple places in Nebraska that received this grant, but there are other districts around the country that we'll have opportunities to collaborate with as well. And I think this fits really nicely with our district goal to diversify our teaching staff. So it gives us some opportunities to really focus in that area as well. As you know, the core of our Indian education program is a grant that we've had for over 20 years. It's a smaller grant, but it has really been the core of our program and allowed us to have 2 Native American advocates, the Eagle Feather Project each year to recognize our seniors and support our seniors, and some of the core academic and cultural supports. In addition, this is the grant that just ended. It focused on college and career readiness, did not have the teacher focus, but it just ended, and it allowed us to add 1 more Native American advocate to really reach out to students in all our schools. We had success coaches at all secondary schools and a mental health contract with Dr. Anitra Warrior, Morning Star Counseling. We developed partnerships with the Indian Center, and I shouldn't say that was new, that's a long-standing partnership. The Society of Care, Tribal Connections, and UNL as partners. We gathered, as that grant ended, we gathered input from stakeholders, including our students, families, our teachers and success coaches, certainly our advocates that work most closely. And that input really helped us to write the new grant. So just to give a little more information in each area, under that academic support area, we have a full-time teacher that will be a K-3 reading interventionist for our American Indian students. We have family read events, continuing that Eagle Feather Project, and continuing those success coaches. Something new with this new grant is to have a counselor, a full-time counselor who will focus both on helping high school students prepare for college and career, as well as some work with our younger students. And then we are continuing the mental health, behavioral health support in collaboration with Dr. Warrior, and that counselor will also give us a big boost in that area. The cultural support, we've had the GONA remotely. That's a gathering of Native Americans that's supported nationally. And we're wanting to go back and have an in-person event. That includes families. The Trauma Warriors are a part of the Society of Care. That's one of our partners. Just the after-school clubs, Native American caucuses, a youth gathering. We have middle school and high school leadership events, continuing that Eagle Feather Project, and really working for some Native language experiences. And then in that career and college readiness, extending our college visits, really working with the Career Academy and their connections. They have 2 pathways, one for early childhood, one K-12, that we really want to make a connection with this grant, and some summer experiences for our middle school students as well. And then just in the teacher area, looking at future teacher clubs, those pathways that I just mentioned at the Career Academy. At UNL, there's an Indigenous Roots group and a Unite group that we want to have connections with for our students. Little Priest College is a new partnership that is one of the partners at the beginning of our grant, and so we'll want to do some visits and have some students from that college meet with our caucuses. And then working with curriculum on a high school class, exploring teaching careers, and then maybe a summer credit option for those ninth graders in that area as well. So I want to thank and give credit to our Indian education team, our Native American advocates, Lisa George, Robert Perales, and Chris Roth. Chris Schefdor is their supervisor, and because of this new grant, we will be adding a grant coordinator and that counselor that I mentioned later on this year. Next 5 years, continue to track progress, build additional partnerships, continue to seek that information from our stakeholders. That's really important to us, and support the American Indian students who attend LPS. We want to sustain the most successful practices beyond the grant years. Any questions?
Questions for Dr. Hicks? Ms. Meyer?
Congratulations on the grant, and it sounds like a great plan. Looking forward to seeing the results, so thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Dr. Hicks, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Next, that brings us to public comment.